Hey everybody, I am back here with another video. This is my Sense of Days Gone By, my weekly warm wax review series. Although in this case it's not weekly, it's bi-weekly because I didn't do one last weekend. So this one is going to be a little bit longer than they are normally running. But as always, if you don't want to watch the entire video, I totally understand. Please look at the description box for the video down below and you will see timestamps and a list of all the scents that I melt so you can pick and choose or watch or not watch. I like trying to make it easy for people to like get to just like what they want to watch, you know, so not like waste time on a whole long video. Okay, but anyways, I'm gonna jump right into it here. The first one that I melted, this is a remelt for me from a Life Deliberate soap company in spring, Hyacinth. I really like this scent, and I think the reason I like it because for me it's nostalgic. I had a Barbie, I think, that had like some kind of Barbie girly kid perfume or something, and it smelled exactly kind of like this scent. So it takes me back to my childhood. It's not going to do that for everybody, obviously, but for me it's a nostalgic scent, and I really like it. It's just a nice, pretty, like, floral scent. A little generic smelling maybe, but it's still pretty good. I melted this one in the 18-watt hot plate. It was like a single scallop in the bathroom, and it did pretty good. It was like a high to a good throw. So I really enjoyed this one. I think that's the second time I've melted that one. Okay, the next one here is a whole stack of Beezy Tarts. The first one here is in fruit slices, and this one is about a year old. Yeah, about a year old. It's 2015, right? Yep. Yes, that it is. So this scent here is orange, strawberry, apples, grapes with a tiny bit of shaved coconut on it. I put this one on in the Glade Warmer in the entryway, and it actually threw pretty good. I have a hard time with getting that warmer to throw out, you know, like when I'm walking towards the warmer. I oftentimes can't smell things, but I can smell it like up in the second story of my house. This time I could smell it walking towards the warmer, and I could smell it up in the loft. It was just it was a pretty good throw. I'm going to call this one a high to a good throw overall. It has definitely to me more of a tart fruit scent, so I think I'm smelling more of like a tart orange kind of citrus scent, and then I smelled a little bit of strawberry with it. It also has, you know, the apples, the grapes, and the coconut, but I don't think I was really picking that up a whole lot. I do enjoy that one. I like it a lot. I don't necessarily, like, love it, but I would get that one again. The next one here, also from Beezy Tarts. This one is in Pink Sands, a Yankee Candle dupe. Pink Sands is bright citrus, sweet florals, and a spicy vanilla scent. This one was a medium throw. I melted it in the Glade Warmer in the bedroom, and I put it on before I went to bed. I didn't really smell it a whole lot before I went to bed, but sometimes, like, it's unfair when I do put stuff on right before I go to bed because it could be throwing, you know, as I'm sleeping and I'm not really awake to tell. But it wasn't really throwing that much before I went to bed, and it wasn't throwing when I woke up. Not that I would necessarily expect it to either, because 8 hours of throw is getting on the longer side for your average tart. This one does smell, I think, a little bit more floral than the actual Pink Sands from Yankee Candle, but I have not found a single Pink Sands that really throws well for me. I've melted the Yankee Candle, you know, the actual Yankee Candle tarts. They don't throw that good. This one was like a medium. So I just don't know, maybe if this scent, as much as I love it, it's just not one of those that will ever really have a good throw. And if that's the way it is, that's the way it is. But if anybody out there does know of a really strong throwing Yankee Candle dupe, please let me know in the comments. Okay, this next one here, also from Beezy Tarts, and this one is in Pink Sangria, a Bath & Body Works dupe. It's mandarin, apple, and sugared grapes and berries. It's just a really fruity, feminine scent with a little bit of sweetness to me. I really like this one. So I have melted this one before, and I struggled with the throw. It was like around, you know, like a medium. I put this one on in the 18-watt hot plate in the bedroom, and, no, sorry, in the bathroom, and it was a high throw. So it was the strongest throw I've been able to get this one from so far. Obviously, you know, more enclosed space, the higher I would expect the throw to be. But I could smell it pretty easily. Like, as soon as I walked close to the bathroom, I was smelling this one, so I was pretty happy with that. Like I said, a nice feminine, sweet, fruity kind of scent. This next one here from Beezy Tarts, and this is the last Beezy, is just a plain zucchini bread scent. And oddly enough, this is one of the first times I've ever smelled zucchini bread on its own, and you can see here this one's also about a year old, just because I get it blended with everything so much. This did smell a little drier. It's kind of like a dry zucchini bread with a little bit of sweetness, and I think sometimes I do run across zucchini breads that seem dry, and I think it's because it just is a drier scent, but if you blend it with, you know, like the cakes and the marshmallow and stuff, it comes across a little bit more creamy. But I still enjoy this one, and it had a high to a good throw. It did pretty good in my 24-watt hot plate in my kitchen last night, and I was really enjoying the scent. So I still prefer my zucchini bread mixed with other things, but I did like this on its own. And I swear I could also smell like a raisin fruit scent in here, and I don't know if it's supposed to have raisin in it, but it smells like there's something else going on in here. It smells like a really good raisin bread, a little bit. So I really did enjoy that one of my favorites of the week. This next one here is from Candles by Victoria, and this one is in Pizzelle. A Pizzelle is like so on the scent description, she says it's a waffle cookie with vanilla and lemon zest, and that is exactly what it is. If you guys have ever seen a Pizzelle or Pizzelle maker, it's almost like a waffle iron, but like very shallow. And they're just kind of like these pretty cookies. I've made them before. I do have a Pizzelle maker, and I do really like them. You can see this one here is a little bit less than a year old, but to me, this one smells like a waffle cone, like an ice cream waffle cone, and it is a waffle cookie, so probably pretty similar to a waffle kind of cone anyway. But I really do like this one. It smells like exactly like an ice cream shop to me, and this one had a medium throw though overall. I put this one on my 24-watt hot plate. This is before she reformulated her wax to be a little softer. So the wax pool was not as big as it should have been in the warmer because there was hardened wax along the edge of the warmer plate. So I feel like maybe if I had cut this in half, or if I was able to get it to fully melt, the throw may have been better. But it was a really good scent, and I would get it again. This next one is one of my all-time favorites from Candles by Victoria in Tokyo Spring. This one I've melted, I think, 3 or 4 times. Each time it has had a good throw. This one is nice and strong. It's Japanese grapefruit, spring melons, rose, lotus blossoms, lily of the valley, bamboo, and white musk. And when I melt it nowadays, I can smell it pretty strongly on the fruit scent. I feel like the first time I melted it, I couldn't really smell the fruit so much. But then as I keep melting it like more and more, I think I'm getting like the grapefruit and the melons and all that coming right out of here. It is just a really beautiful, beautiful, like just gorgeous, sophisticated bedroom scent. If that's something that you're looking for, I would really highly recommend this one. I did melt this one overnight, and then in the morning, I could still smell it a little bit, so it threw pretty long as well. So good throw, a long throw, and a really good, sophisticated, fruity bedroom scent if that's what you're in the mood for. This next one here is Candles from the Keeping Room in Autumn Morn, and this one I think was from one of my very first orders from Candles from the Keeping Room. Holy moly, this one is from November 2013. So yeah, definitely over a year old. So these were like the leaf-shaped tarts, and I melted them, you know, like 1 leaf at a time, periodically over the last year and a half or whatever. And this scent is autumn leaves, cinnamon, apples, nutmeg, and clove. Each time I melted a single leaf tart, it was about a good throw, maybe a high to a good, but definitely a good throw for the amount of wax I was putting in. There's a lot of stuff going on in here. It's definitely like a really just good fall scent, but the scent that I could really smell is the apple. Really just very strong apple scent. I don't think I could really smell like nutmeg and clove and the autumn leaves or anything like that, but I'm sure they were in there because overall it's just like a very nostalgic fall scent, heavy on the apple. Good throw. I think that's all I can say about that one there. And wax is falling on the floor, sorry. Okay, these next ones here are from Front Porch. This one here is in Blue Sugar, Sweet Pine Noel. Blue Sugar is, you know, the dupe for the Blue Sugar cologne. I actually looked at their scent description for Blue Sugar, and they say it's vanilla, caramel, pine, cedar, tangerine, patchouli, and lavender is what Blue Sugar smells like altogether. I'm not exactly sure if I smell all that in Blue Sugar, but sure. And then the Sweet Pine Noel is their sweet pine scent with Vanilla Bean Noel. I really love this scent on cold because I love, you know, like pine and Vanilla Bean Noel and Blue Sugar. So I was like, all together, this is going to be awesome. Super excited. And then I melted it. I melted it 2 tarts at a time in my bedroom in the Glade warmer. And it was like a medium throw. I really wish I could have got a little bit more throw out of this. I can appreciate a medium throw in the bedroom, but I just really wanted more out of this particular scent because I really, really love it. But yeah, so the strongest scent I could get out of this one was the Vanilla Bean Noel, because I forgot that I was melting this when I was walking around. I remember walking into the room and I was like, oh my god, like it smells like bakery in here. So the Vanilla Bean Noel is definitely the strongest scent, I think, followed by the Blue Sugar. Those were both together overpowering the pine, so I really did not smell any like pine scent in this at all. On cold, it is really good. I would get this again. I really would, but I would maybe mess with the wattage of the warmer. Maybe next time I'll try it in the 24 watt to see if I can get a little bit more throw out of it, because it is a really good scent. Okay, this next one here from Front Porch is Cool Basil and Citrus. One of my favorites of the week. I really love this one. It's lemon, lime, spice, ylang-ylang, 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 musk with floral undertones. The funny thing is, when I looked at the scent description, the one thing that was not in there was basil. So I'm not actually sure if basil is supposed to be in here, but I absolutely really love this scent. It's just like, I think I can smell, I thought I smelled like a sweet orange scent. There's no orange in here, but it's definitely more of a sweet citrus scent than it is like a tart citrus scent, and then kind of mixed with the other notes in there. And I thought it had more of a green scent. I was not smelling musk. I was not smelling spice. To me, this did smell like cool basil and citrus, like exactly as what it's named. So I don't know if the scent description is off, or maybe my nose is super off, or I'm just like really easily persuaded by the power of suggestion of the name to think that I'm smelling basil and green notes in here. But it is a really, really, really good scent, and it was a high to a good throw when I melted it. I melted single grubbies this time for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's because it smelled so good. I wanted to like melt it as much as I could. So I did melt it 4 times. I melted it in the Glade, the 24 watt in the bedroom, and then also the 18 watt in the bathroom. High to a good throw each time. I really, really liked it. And each time that I melted it, I kept it on for a longer period of time. And it did throw for about a good 6 to 7 hours. So I was really happy with that too. Okay, this next one here from Front Porch is actually a bag. It's not an empty. It is a bag here in, oh, sorry, I'm just trying to push this back, in Country Berry Hotcakes. And I really love this scent. It's one of my favorites from Front Porch, and you can see that this bag is about a year old. I think this is actually older. You guys know how sometimes Angie will put up like a single, she'll kind of like update the inventory. So I don't know if she's finding like older stock and she's getting it on the website. So this may have been a bit older by the time I got it, but this one is Blueberry Hotcakes with maple syrup, and I love this scent. I love everything about it. I love maple syrup scents. I love blueberry scents. I love pancake scents. So this one is like right up my alley. It's just a great scent. The first time I melted this, I got a pretty decent throw, but every time I melt this brittle, it's more of like a high throw, and I think maybe it's because the brittle is definitely getting up there in age, but I can definitely still smell the blueberry, and I can definitely still smell the maple in here. It does smell really, really good. So I am going to melt through the rest of what I have in this brittle bag. And you can see there's still a good amount left in here. And I have melted this one probably about 5 times so far. So I could definitely get a lot more uses out of that bag. Okay, the next one here from Front Porch is Pink Zucchini Noel, which is like one of my all-time favorite types of scents. I really love this blend. So I put in 2 grubbies at a time in my 24 watt hot plate in my kitchen. And it was like a solid high throw. I was really hoping to get a good throw out of this because these scents, like individually, are all pretty strong. Like pink sugar tends to be strong, zucchini bread tends to be strong, and vanilla bean Noel is pretty strong. But for some reason, this one was like really more of a high throw. But I do really like it. It's a really creamy pink sugar blend. Really, I really could not smell any zucchini bread at all when I was melting this on hot. But I do enjoy pink sugar, so I was okay with that. I definitely would get this again, but man, if this one could just be a little stronger on the zucchini bread, I think that one would be perfect for me. Okay, this next one here is from Glitterati, and I melted this only one time. Strawberry waffle cone vanilla bean Noel. You can see this one is 4 chunks, and I melted half of a chunk in that one. And I'm really trying to get into my Glitterati. I think I misspoke on Glitterati in my wax collection video. I thought that I had an experience of a lot of difficulty trying to get Glitterati out of like the wax plate, because the softer waxes with the freezer method just tend to not do that well. And then somebody said that it does do okay with the freezer method, so I did do this one with the freezer method and the wax came out fine. So I might have misspoke about that, but I definitely need to melt through more of my Glitterati to make sure that the freezer method does work on this one. But I melted this one in the 24 watt hot plate in the kitchen, and it was just okay on the throw. It was like a medium throw. When I was closer to the warmer, like 5 to 6 feet away, I could smell it pretty strongly, but I had to be closer to the warmer to really get that scent. It's a really good creamy sweet strawberry scent. I don't know if I can necessarily pick up like waffle cone in particular and vanilla bean Noel in particular, but I did really enjoy the blend, and I definitely am going to melt through this next chunk here within the next week and see if I can get a little bit more throw out of it, because I really love the blend on cold. Smells fantastic. Okay, the next ones here are all Haley's Heavenly Scents, and this one here is in Lemon Berry Cake. This one was one of the strongest of the week. So strong, it was like bothering me and almost giving me a headache because it was so strong. So Lemon Berry Cake is strawberry, lemon chiffon, which is like a creamy lemon pie scent, and then white cake. Okay, I melted this in the 24 watt hot plate in the kitchen. I melted it in the Glade warmer in the entryway. Each time it was strong. good throw. It was like trying to drive me out of the house. Like, I think this thing is trying to take over my house. But anyways, it's too something for me. I think it's like too tart. There's a scent in here that doesn't really agree with me so well, and because it was so strong, I just was really not enjoying it. But if you like a really tart lemon smell and you're looking for something strong, I would recommend it. I'm still going to finish melting this one, but just for some reason, something in there was bothering me. Let me smell it now, see if I can... It's too tart. It smells too much like lemon curd. I think that's really what it is, and I really don't like lemon curd. But if you do like that, I would recommend that one. Strong, strong, strong. This next one here from Haley's Heavenly Scents is strawberry cream cake, and I melted through 3 of these within the last couple of weeks or something like that. This is just strawberry cream and cake. This one had a high throw. I melted it in the 24-watt hot plate in the kitchen, and it smells like summer between a fresh picked strawberry and a sweet strawberry. I would get it again. I'm not crazy about it, but I do really like it, and it is a high throw, so it definitely has an acceptable throw. It's a good piece of wax. Now this next one here from Haley's Heavenly Scents is sugar, milk, and vanilla bean cookies or something like that. I melted, I did put 2 scallops in the 24-watt hot plate in the kitchen, and it was like a low to a medium throw. I mean, I really couldn't smell it, which was really kind of disappointing because I really like this scent. It's like that nice sweet milk scent. It's also kind of like tangy, so it's like sweet and tangy. I really liked the combo. But yeah, the throw just seemed inconsistent. I had a hard time really trying to feel this one out. And then another time I melted a single scallop, and again, it was just hard for me to discern exactly what was going on. So I'm called this one a low to a medium throw overall. But once again, I still have 3 more scallops left, so I'm definitely going to still melt through that and see how that goes. The next one here is, I melted this about 2 times. This is a iHeartWax blend in Purple Cow, which is grape vanilla ice cream with strawberry jam and cotton candy. This one is my own blend. So I put this one on in the, that's what it looked, it was a chunky pie, so I just cut it up. So I melted this in the 24-watt hot plate in the kitchen 2 times. Each time it was like a high to a good throw. The grape scent is the star of this one. The sweet grape comes through so well. Now on cold, for some reason, this blend overall smells like artificial. Like if I open this bag and smell it, I'm like, whoa, like it just smells artificial, I think is the way to describe it. But when you melt it though, it doesn't smell artificial. That sweet grape really comes out. I don't know if I can necessarily smell the strawberry in here, but I really do enjoy the blend. I really do like it. I can get the cotton candy in there on hot as well. So on hot, this one is definitely a lot better than it is on cold for some reason. And it works out like that sometimes. I don't know why. Okay, this next one here is from Lasting Scent Candles and Peppermint Log. Pretty much exactly what it looks like on the picture is what it's supposed to smell like. I wasn't able to get the full scent description. I forgot to look this one up, but if I recall, it was just like a creamy cake scent with a peppermint scent. When I melted this one, it was in the Glade warmer and the entryway. It was throwing pretty good. I could smell it walking towards the warmer. I could smell it in the loft, so it had a high to a good throw overall. I could definitely smell the peppermint first. So like when I was like walking towards my front door, you know, like the peppermint is what I could really get first. And it really just evolved more into like a sweet, creamy peppermint scent. I don't think I could necessarily pick up like a particular cake scent or anything like that in here. So the peppermint is definitely the star of this one. On cold, this one smells amazing too. It's just an amazing creamy peppermint scent. I really do like that one. One of my favorites of the week for sure. Okay, this next one here is from Rainbow Melts, and these were 2 like really cute, pretty pink pumpkins and Evil Woman. And this one you can see the scent description on there. It's pink sugar, love spell, and lavender mist. This one had a high to a good throw. I did melt both pumpkins at one time, which was a little excessive, but it still did pretty good. And then, oh wait, did I melt? Yeah, I did melt both at one time. And I melted the Glade warmer in the bedroom. So I did really like this one. I'm trying to... It's just a really good blend of all of them. I can smell the love spell. I can smell the lavender scents, like a sweet lavender scent. I can smell the pink sugar. It's just a really nice blend. It's just kind of feminine and pretty. So I really enjoyed that one for sure. High to a good throw. The next one here from Rainbow Melts is a custom blend I did in my custom order. And this one is lemon poppy seed, zucchini, and marshmallow balm. And those are what the chunks look like in there. Actually, let me lift up the camera a little bit so you can see it better. So this is a blend that I actually got from Tiffany Candles like a year or so ago, and I absolutely loved it. So I did reorder it from Tiffany Candles, and then I saw the opportunity to order it from Rainbow Melts, one of my favorite vendors, so I was like, I'm gonna go do that. Now here's the thing. So if you guys out there, have you had the iced lemon cookie scent? I don't like that scent. It's not terrible, but it's just not my favorite. It has like a very direct lemon scent, maybe a little bit tart, so I don't like iced lemon cookie. So getting the lemon poppy seed, I've noticed with, normally the lemon poppy seed comes across as a more bakery subdued type of lemon scent, but this particular lemon poppy seed to me smells like iced lemon cookies. So that to me, I just don't like it as much as the blend of the same scents that I did from Tiffany Candles, because when I melt this, all I can think is iced lemon cookie, iced lemon cookie, iced lemon cookie. And I can smell the zucchini bread in there, but not nearly as much as the lemon scent. If this lemon scent was like a little sweeter, a little lighter, I think I would like it a lot. Now, for those of you out there that do really like the iced lemon cookie scent, this blend is absolutely for you. Now, it still throws pretty good. It's been a high throw each of the times that I've melted like a chunk, so definitely a good quality piece of wax. And it still smells, I still enjoy it. I still like it. I still like my lemons with my zucchini bread and all that good stuff. I just would prefer a little less cookie smell, I think, in here, and more of the bakery, cakey kind of smell. But anyway, still a good piece of wax. Rainbow Melts always has a pretty decent throw every time that I melt her stuff. Okay, the next one here is Rosegirls, and I decided to dig into this Rosegirls loaf that I've had here. So I melted this 2 times within the last couple weeks. This is in Paradise, Orange Revival, and Florida Key Lime Pie. Oh shoot, I forgot to look up the scent description for Paradise, but if I remember correctly, it just had like a whole crap ton of fruits in there. So just a whole bunch of fruits, and then with more orange, and then the Florida Key Lime Pie. The Florida Key Lime Pie is definitely the strongest scent in here, followed by the orange. I do really like the blend. Florida Key Lime Pie, though, for some reason, the last like month or so, I can tolerate it, but only for like small amounts of time. And then afterwards, it becomes like too much. So this is definitely strong in the Florida Key Lime Pie. So like I put it on, and I only have it on for a couple hours, and I'd have to change it out. But it had a good throw all of the times that I melted it. I melted it in my 24 watt in my kitchen, good throw. I melted it in the Glade warmer in the entryway, good throw. So definitely quality pieces of wax. I would consider getting this blend again, but I might make the Florida Key Lime Pie like a chunk in there and not the over pour. And I think I would like it a little bit better that way. But if you're a Florida Key Lime Pie person, that one would be good for you. Okay, this next one here is from Starlit Candles in Cozy Pink Pajamas. This one is pink sugar, toasted marshmallow, buttercream, snow taffy, and crushed candy cane. So there's a lot of stuff going on in here. I melted this in the Glade warmer in the bedroom, and it was like more of a subtle throw. It's like if I was walking back and forth, and I was going past the warmer, I could smell it. But if I was like in the bedroom for any period of time, I was smelling it like less and less. You know, like how that kind of happens. And then I melted it in the bathroom one time, but each time it was like a low to a medium throw. I really can't smell anything in here except for the pink sugar. Maybe I can smell the buttercream, maybe, now that I think about it, but it's definitely strongest on the pink sugar. It's not one that I would necessarily seek out again. I like it, I just don't love it. And then the next one here is also from Starlit Candles. So this one is in Fire and Ice. This is Peppermint, Spearmint, and Crushed Candy Canes. I melted this in the 18 watt in the bedroom and the 24 watt in the 18 watt in the bathroom and the 24 watt in the bedroom. And each time it was like a strong high throw. So I could easily smell this one. The mint is really the star of this one. And the spearmint, I think I could definitely smell more than the peppermint. When I smell this one, yeah, it definitely has more of like an herbally mint scent, which I think is the spearmint. So I do like this one. It does come across as almost like exclusively a mint scent. I don't think I'm necessarily smelling the peppermint and the candy canes in there as much. But yeah, high throw, so definitely a good quality piece of wax from that one. Okay, this next one here is from Super Tarts. And this is kind of like an older one. Oh my, that looks like I must have rubbed my greasy finger all over it. So it's about a year old. And this one is in Mango Sugar Cookie. I really do like this one. I put this one on last night. I was really enjoying the scent. It really comes across as more of like a straight mango fruit scent than a sugar cookie scent, but blended together, you can still get the sugar cookie, but definitely stronger in the mango. And it was a high to a good throw, so definitely A good quality piece of wax. I do not think I have seen her offer this particular blend again, but I mean, I don't think I love it enough that I'd want to get it in like a bag or a, you know, like a super pan or anything like that. But if she ever came out with this in a clamshell, I would get it again. Now, the next one here from Super Tarts is New Girl, and this was a really pretty clamshell. It had like these dried flower buds in there and everything. The problem I had with this one is I just wasn't a fan of the scent. And I don't know why I got this one, because it has violet, sweet lolly, and cupcakes, and I do not like violet scents. Violet scents come across as like overly powdery, overly old-fashioned, grandma-smelling kind of flowers, at least to me. So I don't know why I got this one. But I did melt this one in the 24 watt in the bedroom and the 18 watt in the bathroom. This one to me was more of a medium throw. It wasn't really super strong, but it smells, actually it's kind of funny. So I didn't know what was in here when I melted it, but I wrote down on my notes that it smells too herbal or maybe too candy-ish. And actually that is funny because the herbal is probably coming from the violet, at least to me, and the candy-ish is coming from the sweet lolly. And I actually don't like super strong candy scents either, so I don't know. So this scent is just not my cup of tea. If you like violet and you like candy scents, I think you're going to like this one. But yeah, medium throw overall, but I would probably just not get that one again because it's just not my particular scent preference. Okay, the next one here is from 10 Digit Creations, and I only melted this one time, but I want to talk about it because I may not melt it again for a while. I got to like rotate through all my 10 Digit Creations. But this is Bohemian Sunrise. It's mandarin, lemon, jasmine, violet, patchouli, sandalwood, cedar, cashmere, vanilla, and musk. Now there's a lot of stuff in there, but I can tell you this. Pretty much all I smell is cashmere, vanilla, and musk. It really comes across as a very, very sexy, like amber, sandalwoody, deep, woodsy, sexy kind of scent. Like that, I was not smelling any mandarin, no lemon, no jasmine, no nothing like that. Now let me smell it again. Nope, it pretty much smells like sandalwood, cashmere, vanilla, and musk, which is fine to me. So from the single tart, I put this one on last night in the 18 watt in the bathroom, and it had a high throw. I could smell it real easily. Now, I did wake up in the middle of the night to pee a couple times. I know too much information, but when I did wake up at like midnight, I really couldn't smell it anymore. And then in the morning, I couldn't smell anything at all. So I'm not sure how long this one threw, but I don't think that this one was a particularly like long thrower. Maybe like, you know, your average 4 hours or something like that. And that was about it. And the next one here from 10 Digit Creations is Sea Salt and Citrus. I really do love this one. It's sea salt, orange, grapefruit, apricot, nectarine, and aloe. The sea salt in here is pretty strong. It's like 25%, no, it's like 75% sea salt and 25% of like those kind of like really crisp fruit scents in here. But I did melt a single tart in the 24 watt hot plate overnight in the bedroom. Once again, very strong. Before I went to bed, I could smell it real easily. When I woke up at midnight, I couldn't smell it that much. And then in the morning, there was no scent left at all. So it was kind of like the same as the Bohemian Sunrise in terms of like length of scent throw. But I really do like that scent. That was one of my favorites of the week. And I think I have another 4-pack of that because I really like sea salt scents with fruit scents. I think they go really well together. Okay, this next one here is from The Bathing Garden. This is Old Time Holiday Shop. This is a cranberry fizz with lemon curd scent. And now that I smell it, I can smell that. I remember when I was smelling it before, I was having a hard time trying to figure out what it is. But yes, you can definitely get the lemon curd scent in here. Although with the cranberry fizz, it's definitely more tolerable to me. I'm not a big fan of lemon curd. But I did melt this one twice in the Glade Warmer in the entryway. It was like a low to a medium throw. I could smell it a little bit if I was like closer to the warmer. But other than that, I really wasn't getting a whole lot out of it. And since it has the lemon curd, it's not something I think I would ever seek out again from The Bathing Garden. So the next one here is from 30th Street Wax, and this one is Jessica's Stocking, Pumpkin Pecan Waffles, and Blueberry Pumpkin Patch. This was a really pretty like cupcake with all this glitter on it. I put it on the 24 watt hot plate a couple days ago, and I just don't think I smelled it that much unless I was closer to the warmer in the kitchen. Now when I did smell it though, it was definitely a little bit stronger on the blueberry to me, and then you could get the Pumpkin Pecan Waffle. But it wasn't like a slap you in the face pumpkin pecan waffle scent, you know, because the blueberry was like coming through a little bit more. But I wish I got a little bit more throw out of this one. I definitely have more of this, so I will remelt it and reassess it. Because, you know, sometimes you never know if you have an off day, right? You know, you melt things one time, you know, who knows. Okay, so the next one here is a sample from 30th Street Wax and Lilac. This was a single cameo tart. And what I really found out from melting this is that I don't think I like lilac scents. It's a little bit strong and perfumey, I think, to me. Not my favorite floral scent. It smells a little old-fashioned, I think. Actually, this smells a little similar to that spring hyacinth, but more old-fashioned smelling, if that makes any sense. But I melted this one in the 18-watt hot plate in the bathroom, like low to a medium throw. I don't remember this one being too strong, but I'm not a big fan of the lilac scent anyway, so I don't think I'd seek out anything with lilac again. Okay, this next one here is also from 30th Street Wax, and it is Merry and Bright, Cranberry, Citrus, and Balsam Fir Needles. Obviously part of her whole, like, I think Christmas or fall restock. Oh, man, I love the smell of this one. Okay, this one had a good throw when I melted it. I melted it in the Glade, and then I also melted it in the 24-watt hot plate warmer. These were 2 cameos. I melted 1 cameo at a time. Really did love the scent. It was nice and strong on the pine scent, and they also got, like, the sweet, like, fruit notes a little bit. Sorry, I'm, like, having a hard time breathing over here. But the pine was definitely the strongest note in here, and it was a good throw, so I definitely enjoyed that one. This next one here from 30th Street Wax is On Dasher, On Dancer, Pine, Spice, Vanilla, Amber, Apple, Pear, Eucalyptus, More Pine, Cedarwood, and Patchouli. This one had about a medium throw. This was like a chunk, I think. I think this was a chunk. I melted this in the 24-watt hot plate in the bedroom, and like I said, it was about a medium throw. This one was definitely stronger on the fruit scents than the pine. So the other one, Merry and Bright, stronger on the pine, secondary fruit. This one, stronger on the fruit, secondary with the pine and like the earthy, woodsy notes. Medium throw for this one. I liked it, but not as much as I like the Merry and Bright. So if I had a choice between those two, I'd definitely go for the other one first. Now this next one here from 30th Street Wax again is in Scrooged. This is sweet potato and brown sugar and toasted marshmallow. I really do like this one. I have a hard time describing what this smells like, because I don't think I melt a whole lot of sweet potato and brown sugar types of scents. It smells very warm. It's very creamy, warm, and comforting. So I really do like this one. It was like a cupcake. I put this one on in the 24-watt hot plate. And then I think, you know, sometimes with 30th Street Wax, you have to kind of let it warm up and like blossom. Because when it first started to melt, I was like, okay, the throw is really not that good, you know. And then I started to do stuff around the house, and I was not melting anything in the entryway, so I came out of my bedroom upstairs and I could smell this all the way coming from the kitchen, and I was shocked. And then as I walked down the stairs towards the kitchen, it was just getting like stronger and stronger. And then when I walked into the kitchen, it was strong. So I think this is just one of the ones you just have to let it, you have to give it time. You have to let it like blossom and mature. And then at the end, the scent throw was just strong and good. And I love the scent, just so warm and inviting and creamy. So I really love that one. One of my favorites of the week. Okay, this next one here from Timing Tart is in Midnight Blue Sugar. This was a really cute, chunky flower. I cut it up into 2 pieces. Smelled amazing on cold. It was like cologne-y, deep blue sugar kind of scent. Masculine, but not overly woodsy, maybe a little musky. I'm not sure what's in that midnight scent, but I really loved this scent. And then I melted it, and it was like a low to a medium throw. I melted it in the 18-watt hot plate in my bathroom both times, because I was trying to give it like its maximum, you know, like scent throw in the bathroom. I really wanted to be like enveloped in it, but it just really didn't throw as much as I wanted it to. I would absolutely get it again. The scent is so good, I would get it again, and maybe I would try it like in a stronger wattage warmer, like in the Glade or the 24-watt, because I did test it out both times in the 18-watt. I should have mixed it up a little bit, but yeah, the scent on that one is amazing. Okay, this next one here is one of my all-time favorite scents from Timing Tart. Pride and Prejudice, linen, amber, sandalwood, and vanilla. It's woodsy, deep, masculine, sexy, and it's had, this one is like one of her stronger thrower types of ones. This one is pretty good. So when I melted it, it was a good throw. When I melted it the other day, I just love this one. It's just sexy. And then for some reason, this one just smells like a lot like blue sugar to me. I know blue sugar has sandalwood and vanilla, so I'm assuming the combination of those two is making it smell blue sugar-ish, but yeah, good throw, fabulous scents, one of my favorites of the week. This next one here from Timing Tart is Twoo, and this one is a very, it's hard to describe because it's cotton candy and violets. And I know before I said I hate violets, right? So why am I melting this? This one, I think because of the cotton candy, it's not like my favorite Timing Tart set. I would always buy it, but I wouldn't like feel the need to get a ton and a ton of this one. it's unique smelling. It's definitely something that I haven't smelled something like this before. It doesn't come across as like that old-fashioned grandma violet scent. It's just unique, kind of pretty and beautiful. But I melted this one in the Glade in the bedroom and the 18 watt in the bathroom. It was like a high to a good throw each time that I melted it. So this one is definitely a decent performer and a really interesting scent. It smells more complicated than it is. It's only 2 scents blended in here. But if you smell this one, you'd be like, what is that? I think it's just, unless you have a really good nose. I don't have a good nose, but I just really like that one. Okay, the next one here from Timing Tart is Zen. And this one is rosemary, mint, and honey sweet lemongrass. It definitely comes across as more of an herbal mint scent, which I do enjoy every now and then. I swear that I can smell like some lemon in here too. There is no lemon in here, but yeah, it kind of has like that kind of scent. So I do enjoy this one. I melted this one in the 18 watt hot plate in the bathroom, and it was like a medium to a high throw. I could definitely smell it. I could definitely smell the mint and like that herbal green scent, but it wasn't overpowering. So I really do like that one. Good piece of wax. Okay, from Vintage Chic Scents, this one here is a scent shot in Cape Cod. This is Salty Sea Spray, Driftwood, and Water Lily. I melted this one in the Glade Warmer. It was about a medium throw. I did put it on though right before I went to bed, you know, so sometimes it's hard to tell. Like it could have been throwing stronger and stronger, you know, like as I was sleeping. So, but I'm going to call this one a medium throw, at least this time that I melted it. And this one was getting a little on the older side. You can see here the wax is about 10 months old, but I really do love this scent. It's just a really good blend of the woodsy, the thick, salty sea air scent, and the floral. I just think it's beautiful and just a really good, well-blended scent. Okay, the last one here is one of my favorites of the week, surprisingly enough, from Yankee Candle. And this one is in Fluffy Towel. So it's supposed to smell like clean towels from the dryer with lemon, apple, lavender, and lily. I don't know about all that other stuff at the end, but it definitely smells like laundry. And it is probably one of my favorite laundry scents. It's very authentic to laundry scents, and it's super strong. This one had a good throw in my 18 watt hot plate in my bathroom, and it threw for a really long time. I put this one on before I went to bed, so I'm thinking like 8 to 9 p.m. I put this one on, and then that was a Friday, like last Friday. And I melted it through the next afternoon. So it was on from like 8 p.m. to probably about like 2 p.m. the next day, and it was still throwing when I shut off the 18 watt hot plate. So definitely a good piece of wax with a good throw and a long throw. And if you like laundry scents, you're probably going to love this one because that one just smells really, really amazing. So you guys, I know that's it. Sorry that this one is a little bit longer, but now that I'm caught up, I don't feel so stressed. So hopefully next week won't be as long or, you know, as stressful for me. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.